Welcome to Silverstone and the first two races of the 2012 Mini Challenge Championship. Battling it out alongside each other on the track today are both the turbocharged JCWs and the club classes. We've also got three returning champions, including last year's winner Chris Knox, who's only just made it through with a last-minute deal. So Chris, we've got to start with the fact that you're here almost by the skin of your teeth in such a last-minute deal.
Yeah, we got a call on sort of Wednesday night, and it was just a last-minute thing. I had a deal arranged with Patrick Mortimer that I was coaching him on the Friday, so it sort of left us with no testing on the Friday. But just a massive thanks to SL Group for sort of helping putting together the package with Mark Fish. Mark Fish has got a lot of experience in front-wheel drive stuff, so I'm really excited to work with Mark for the season.
Now, of course, because it was so last minute, it does mean that you're going to be driving a car that is unfamiliar to you. You're nervous about that?
A little bit. There's a few things. Still not got the seating position right. We've had very little time to work with anything. The tyres are completely different. It was my first sort of run yesterday afternoon in them.
So it's a new car, but it's the same 77 number as last year.
Yep, with such a late entry, the car was entered as 77, so no time to change it, so we'll have number one back on for Castlecombe.
One of the big changes for this year are that the cars are running on controlled tyres supplied by Pirelli. Now this of course makes for a very level playing field, with all teams and drivers getting used to those new tyres. Chris, you're in pole position after the qualifiers, and that's of course using the new Pirelli tyres. How was it?
Yeah, they're good actually. Taken a bit of getting used to in testing, but they seem to have really good pace, and they're lasting quite well too.
You won the last race last season. You've clearly managed to keep form over winter. So what result are you expecting today?
Well, from pole it would be nice to stay in front. Gave me good constant confidence at the end of last season, and got a new team too, Accelerate. The car seems to be really good, nicely set up, nicely balanced. Yeah, really happy.
In third position and still using number 77 is defending champion Chris Knox. Another former champion finds himself in second position, that's Lee Allen, but in pole, spurred on by last year's win at Snetterton, Chris Smith.
Already then for the first race of the ultra-competitive Mini Challenge for 2012. But this is how they line up with Chris Smith on pole, his first pole in the Mini Challenge. The Allen alongside him, Chris Knox, last year's champion, in third, with then Sam Osborne in fourth. Jason Richardson lines up in fifth position. He won both races here at Silverstone last year. As away we go. That's a good start for the pole man, Chris Smith. In the orange car, he blasted the advantage of the field, surged down towards Copse for the first time, sweeping through though. I think it could just be Leanne in the blue machine who squeezed through. There's Martin Depper just ahead of Stuart Lines. Both men podium finishers in 2011 as the leaders head up towards Beckett's Jonathan Brown in the club class, hot on the heels of Dean Raymond. Lower down the order, two classes of course, the JCW class and the club class. Here come the leaders into Beckett's, and it's Leanne who's just got the advantage with Chris Smith giving him some assistance through Beckett's, trying to squeeze through, as is Chris Knox. Sam Osborne just hot on his heels. It's going to be very tight to the exit, squeezed out onto the curbs through Chapel Curve. Here's Chris Smith there as they accelerate now onto Hanger Straight. It's Henry Gilbert who leads the club class. The field string out down the Hanger Straight along towards Stowe, and Chris Knox trying to look to the inside of Lee Allen. He's moved up into second place. Chris Smith back into third position through Stowe and accelerating on towards the Vale. The club class runners will arrive now into Stowe as the lead's already into Vale. It's Lee Allen who's still just got that advantage from Knox, Smith, Osborne and the rest of them. So the pulses to Chris Smith already down to third in the early stage of the race, but we've still got a lot of racing to go here at Silverstone. Then Jason Richardson, who heads up the next battle with Stuart Lines being squeezed by Martin Depper. They go up past the new Silverstone Wing Pits complex and onto the very fast Abbey Curve. Through we go. Stuart Lines goes down a place to Chris Smiley, who squeezes through. Smiley in the blue car as into Village, and the blue car leads onto two wheels goes Chris Knox. He's absolutely charging here. Last year's champion, last minute deal to race, and he really is trying to pick up from where he left off in 2011, and that is by winning in the Mini Challenge. So down the Wellington Straight for the first time, with Smith in hot pursuit in third position, trying to use the slipstream to his advantage. He certainly had the toe, but Knox covers the inside line into Brooklands, and diving up the inside is Chris Knox. He sees the gap. The Allen left plenty of space there, and through goes Knox. Now has Allen lost the momentum as Chris Smith looks to the outside of Luffield? Can't squeeze through, and the Allen taking a very wide line into Brooklands, and it left all the room in the world for Chris Knox to go through. So on to complete the first lap of the 2012 season, it is Chris Knox, last year's champion, who leads them across line, with the Allen swarming on his tail, looking to the left, then the right. Into Copse Corner we come, and Chris Smith there in third position, right onto the tail of the leading duo, with Sam Osborne in fourth, running out wide over the curbs on into Maggots, and then Beckett sliding the car as Chris Knox. He's absolutely charging here, but the Allen, with his sizable fan club in support of the Beckett's grandstand, hot on his heels, so they accelerate then out through Chapel Curve and down the hanger straight. Henry Gilbert remains in the lead of the club class from Dean Raymond, and then Jonathan Brown, Simon Hillary also in the mix there for podium places. Back to the leading quartet, and it's still Knox who's got that advantage over Lee Allen, although it's Allen's turn now to bounce up over the curbs, with Smith and Osborne still very much there or thereabouts. So the trucker line car of Lee Allen trying to get into the slipstream with the race leader Chris Knox. Here comes the fight for second in the club class. Dean Raymond has got Jonathan Brown all over his tail. Brown, the accelerate car, trying to pick his way past Dean Raymond, returning to the club class of the mini challenge after a very successful 2011 campaign. To the leaders, and still Lee Allen trying to find his way past Chris Knox. He can't do it. Knox last year we found was a very strong defence when he needs to be, but he's getting pushed now on the way to the straight by Lee Allen. Allen is trying every which way. Now has he lost momentum here? He's a little bit slower onto the straight than he'd like to have been, and Chris Smith is going to move up the inside here. Allen squeezes him to the grass, but he gives Smith the racing room, and Chris Smith moves up into second position, and that all came about from Lee Allen just trying too hard to get past Chris Knox. He lost the momentum, and now he slips down into third position, but already he immediately looks to fight back. So Smith to the inside through Luffield. Allen just trying to prize the opening, possibly on towards Woodcote. He's got a good exit, and he just squeezes Smith the outside. So in towards Woodcote, it's Allen who's got the inside line on to complete another lap. Lee Allen in the blue machine to the inside, Smith in the bright orange car at the outside. Chris Knox, though, the foreground of the shot, leads the way. Now has Allen got the run in Copse Corner? Yes, he has! Around the outside though, Chris Smith holds on, he plants his right foot. Out over the curb he goes. Sam Osborne even wider, halfway to Northampton there from Osborne, on towards Beckett, still side by side, and Allen's going to squeeze through here. Super driving from the pair of them. Sliding is Chris Smith, but Lee Allen reclaims that second position he believed to be rightfully his. Brave stuff from both drivers, keeping their right feet absolutely planted, as is the Allen there, out wide over Chapel Curve, and that could give Smith, though, the run down towards Stowe Corner. Lee Allen already to the inside of the track. He's defending here from Chris Smith. Smith looks to the outside. It's going to be a battle on the brakes, and Stowe, and then selling him the Mansell dummy. Up the inside goes Chris Smith. Super move into Stowe Corner. And I think he got that from the 1987 British Grand Prix, because it was a textbook move, and already the Allen coming under pressure now from Sam Osborne. Osborne looking to move up into third position, jumping very late onto the brakes into the Vale. He couldn't quite do it, and all of that meanwhile has enabled Chris Knox to rather jump clear at the very head of the pack. And Knox looking to start his 2012 campaign in winning fashion. Here is the leader of the club class, Henry Gilbert. And Gilbert has got an enormous advantage over Dean Raymond at the very background of your shot there. Very impressive stuff from Henry in his first race in the mini challenge. Now what can Sam Osborne do here about challenging Lee Allen for third position? Right in car with Sam Osborne down towards Brooklands. Is he going to be close enough to look up the inside? Yes, he does. Through goes Sam Osborne. Now will he run wide here? Lee Allen all over his tail. Allen looks to the outside at Luffield. Brave stuff from the pair of them. They get the opportunity to swap mirrors, and squeezing door handle to door handle, maybe a little bit more there. And Sam Osborne just about holding on as we go back to the battle further back. It's Stuart Lyons who's just to the head of that group. We're at the very closing stages of the race here, as Lyons leads Shane Stoney as the checkered flag goes out, and it is the win for Chris Knox. So Chris Knox takes the win from Chris Smith, and Lee Allen did manage to jump back and claim third from Sam Osborne in fourth position. What a super race there from the mini challenge. Well, here are the results. with the win to Chris Knox. Chris Smith in second, Lee Allen third, an excellent fourth for Sam Osborne, Martin Depper in fifth, and Stuart Lyons just holding on that super scrap we saw for sixth place. Well, what about the classes? Well, the JCW class, the top three in the race overall. So Knox from Smith and Allen. And then in the club class, it was Henry Gilbert who held on from Jonathan Brown, and Dean Raymond starting the season with a podium. Frantic action throughout the field as ever in the mini challenge, and a very well deserved round of applause to the drivers on the podium.
Chris, it was a fantastic start to defending your championship. Well done.
Yeah, the SL Group Mini was fantastic. Sort of didn't get the best of starts. It was the first time I'd driven on the Pirellis off the start line, and on Wednesday night I wouldn't have thought I would have won the first race, to be honest. But I let kind of Chris and Lee battle it out for the first three corners, and then picked Chris off going down the hanger straight, and then got Lee at the end of the last lap. I seen them sort of battling away. The car wasn't the quickest in the straight line, and I had to defend really heavily towards the end of the straights, but I just kept backing them up so that they kept battling, and it sort of gave me the breaks each time to sort of get that bit of front.
Lee, Chris, third, second position, but there was a real battle going on between you two, wasn't there?
Yeah. I'm surprised we both got a bumper left, to be honest with you. It was that close all the way through. So no, it was a good race, very close, very fair. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was close really from the first corner. Got an all right start, but then changed gear too early, and then Lee got ahead of me. And then we had a bit of touching, well, for the rest of the race really, to be honest.
So that's the first race of the season out of the way here at Silverstone. Join us again after the break for more fantastic action from the 2012 Mini Challenge Championship.